How would you like to spend your next bonus when you get it?
Yeah, considering traveling or make yourself happy or buy a watch or I don't know, as a gift.
To save it up for the rainy days, I probably invest my assets funds.
My kids' education, based on that, I'll plan some investments.
Lynette, you heard how the respondents said that they spent their bonus. What did you think of their choices?
A number of them talked about traveling, which is a fair way to spend your bonus, because after getting a bonus, you would like to treat yourself a little bit. And I think it's heartening that a number of respondents also talked about investing, which I assume that they have already set aside their savings, an emergency savings fund, before they channel their excess funds to investing. So this is a good way to spend your bonus because, currently we are in a high inflation environment, and making your money work harder would lessen the impact of inflation.
So apart from the ways in which they chose to spend their bonus, what other things could they have done with that windfall?
There are many ways that we can make good use of our bonus. I think firstly, if you are somebody who's starting out in the workforce, a good way is to set aside at least 3 to 6 months of expenses as emergency savings. So this fund can be used to cushion difficult situations such as an unforeseen retrenchment or to pay for a large medical bill. Beyond that, I would suggest that it's a good time to also review your insurance, because typically we advise our customers to review their insurance on a yearly basis so that they can have a look at whether there are any gaps that they should cover, and you can then use your bonus to service the premiums. We can also think about investing. So for those who have not started investing, this is a good time because you have that capital from your bonus. And if you are new to investing, you can definitely start with something like a regular savings plan where you set aside a monthly amount instead of a lump sum. So that would be less scary for someone new to investing. For the risk averse, they can look at getting into Singapore Treasury bills or savings bonds, which pays out pretty decent rates currently.
What I hear you say, Lynette, is that there are a list of priorities that you should probably think about once you get a bonus, right? But what about a big financial goal? How could one use one's bonus for that?
Once you have settled your emergency funds, you can definitely cater part of your bonus towards a long-term financial goal. For instance, if you are thinking of buying a house, it may take maybe 5 to 6 years to save to have that down payment, and then you have to also think about the renovations. So setting aside a fixed amount every year out of your bonus towards this goal is definitely a good way to use your bonus.
Okay, so we know what we should do with our bonus, but what are some of the mistakes that you've heard about people and what they've spent their bonus on?
As with most expenses, I think we need to be conscious of how we spend so that we do not regret later. And a good habit to have when you get your bonus is to set aside some time to think about how you want to allocate your bonus. So one common mistake, like you say, when that bonus comes in, is like a windfall, and people might be very tempted to impulse buy. I've been eyeing that bag for a while. I want to spend it on it because now I have that capability. But you may regret that decision later. So instead of just going all out to buy whatever you want, set some time down to think about how you want to allocate your money first. So it can be a portion to savings, a portion to spending and treating yourself, and a portion to investing. On the flip side, we also have people who may not be drawn to this, to buying things, but they could procrastinate and maybe just let their money sit in the bank account, which is not great either. While saving is a great habit, but leaving it in a very simple savings account means that your money, you lose purchasing power. So it's better to actually put that money to work through investing.
Okay. It's time for me to ask you what you spent your bonus on, Lynette.
So I split my bonus into 3 parts. The first part I set aside for investing, so I increased the amount I put aside for investment every month. The second part, I actually use it to optimize my taxes. So how I did it is to top up my CPF account as well as my mom's CPF account so that she have money for retirement. And at the same time, I get tax relief as well. So every year you can get up to 16,000 worth of tax relief through CPF top-ups. Other than that, I also contributed to my SRS account so that I have access money for my retirement beyond CPF. And lastly, of course, I treat myself. So I treat my family to a short trip to Desaru recently, with my bonus. So Dawn, how did you spend your bonus?
Well, like you, Lynette, I did kind of three things with it. One, I optimized my taxes as well. I put some money back into CPF. I also chose to do a little bit of home renovation on a holiday property that I have. And I did one more thing. I treated my kids to a yoga retreat. Where else? In Bali. What I've learned from my discussion with Lynette today is that if you do get a bonus, it's important to have a plan, have a list of priorities about what you would like to spend that money on. And don't forget, no matter the size of that bonus, you've worked hard for it. So it's okay to go ahead and treat yourself. If you have a story to share, do get in touch with us at this email address.